Here's what's happening at Utopia Farms today. Is this real farming?
It should be.
We actually do this for a living. It's not a part-time job.
Just tell me what the spot is and I'll just do it, okay? This is the spot here?
Today we're trimming the adult rams. I said this is training their hooves to grow nicely. So let's get started. Came back here.
The ears went ahead, so maybe it is.
I came back here to see what Arnie was up to, and here he is with Thelma again.
So she's in good shape.
Yeah, she's in very good shape.
Every person's dream. Oh, I got a handprint on it now.
Oh, the wool, eh?
Oh, you like that, do you? They got a lot of wool back, eh? Like I think an
Yeah.
inch and a half maybe there already.
Here come the others. That looks like Diva. Or does she have brown on the face? If she has brown cheeks.
No tattoo.
Hi, Thelma. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. Hi. You guys are lovely. You're always lovely. Is this real farming? Is this real farming?
It should be. If you don't enjoy your job, you shouldn't be doing it.
Someone commented today that they really liked your video. It was a real farming video. No cats to be seen.
Oh, really?
But what people don't understand is this is a real farming video. We actually do this for a living. It's not a part-time job. It's a real farm, and real farms have diversity and a whole bunch of animals to look after and deal with. So everything we do on the farm is part of farming, sheep farming.
You know what people really can't get a grasp of or get a hold of because they're not here?
What?
Is we feed grain and a lot of creep feed to the ants. So it's a real attraction for mice and rodents to eat the grain. And to be honest with you, the cats are doing a fantastic job getting rid of all the misfits, rodents, mice and stuff. I mean,
I'm guessing they don't mind the cats. I'm guessing they just don't want to see them.
don't want to see the cats. Well, why would you want to see this?
But
Is this what you want to see?
no, they probably the so-called quote-unquote real farmers don't want to see you petting your sheep because these are animals that are supposed to go to market. But just because they're going to market, some of them, we are raising breeding stock, but that doesn't mean you can't love them, enjoy them, be kind to them, and have fun with them. It doesn't have to be like a factory. A real farm should take into account the animals' well-being and happiness as well. Like one of our viewers said, a sheep should only ever have one bad day. And that goes for all livestock and anything on earth.
So I'm going to say something for a second, but I'm going to get prepared for it. Just hang on a second. Right, there you go. Why would you eat that thing?
I don't know.
She just want to hear that.
I don't like
You're a
it.
girl, right? Anyways, so
What did you say?
I said I was just having a bad moment on the farm. So I come over here and I used to go to psychiatrists all the time, I think. But they were like $300 an hour. And this little guy here doesn't cost me a cent.
It's
and
called
just,
sheep
oh,
therapy.
So yawn.
It's called sheep therapy. What numbers are tagged?
535.
Oh, that's Diva.
So yeah, my psychiatrist used to be, she used to charge me a lot of money. And she was real good at it too, eh? You know, hey, my psychiatrist, this is true. I did see one time, eh? You know, and she was like $100 an hour.
It was a psychologist.
Whatever. She's $100 an hour. She does the whole session, and after the session, she says it's up $50 an hour. After she was done, she should have told me that up front. But oh, these sheep are just fantastic little R&R, aren't they? Oh, now I'm feeling like I want to go to bed. Look.
Yeah, nice little blanket. They're nice and warm.
Uh-oh. I think she's liking it. Are you liking it? Oh, not the right spot? Well, you tell me what the right spot is. Just tell me what the spot is, and I'll just do it, okay? This is the spot here?
I should move my position because you're a little backlit.
Is it it? This it? Tell me the right spot. Are you gonna talk to me or what?
Don't you wish they could talk? Oh, look who's behind you. Would that be Chinny? Right there.
This is softer than my pillow. There's a nice sheet there. Wow. Get one there.
Yeah, there. This group has, I think, some of the nicer sheep.
Even that one there is nice.
There. Now you got Thelma and Diva. I want to get them specialized tags that have their names on them.
Two of my favorite girls. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm not supposed to have any more relationships.
Today we're trimming the adult rams, seeing how the tilt table works for that. Okay, he's gonna try the adult rams today, and the rams should be done at that point. But it's a scary thing they have to go through, so hopefully when they get used to this, although you don't really do it often enough to get used to it.
How about? No. We're going ahead, not backwards. You can get in there.
There we go, honey.
Come on, get in there. Get in there. Come on.
Apparently the first one escaped somehow. But this is our Dorset that Arnie likes.
Put your head in there. Gotta have his head in there or I can't trim him.
Well, that's the problem with these guys. They're taller, eh?
Quit that.
So for the bigger rams, yesterday I thought that they would fall out if they were smaller, but they fall out if they're bigger because you can't clamp it as tight. I mean, because they're so wide, there's a wide opening at the top. Really, it should be a little more curved, that little thing. Arnie just lets them kick it out until they're done, and then he works on their hooves. Saves his back, but it takes way more time. I think that holding his head actually made him feel a little more calmer. So I did that with all the rams as he put them through the chute or the tilt table. That guy that got loose, he actually is standing at the gate like he wants to go back and join them. And Ferdinand's next in line. We also just purchased a brand new pair of hoof trimmers that were as dull could be. And so he was having an awful time trying to actually cut the hooves off. These are the new ones? There's another pair up there. They were Felco trimmers from Wool Growers.
She'd be walking it now. See, it's on his foot. See, let me get this on.
If they're falling at the top, you think they'd make it more curved?
I'll tell you what. future for these sheep just if they don't get sold within a year, oh, the hell of just not keep them because this is just wearing me fucking out. It's not made for big sheep, man. It's made for smaller sheep. It's not made for big sheep. Okay, one more thought. But they don't cut, that's the problem.
You don't need to mark this side because these are already on the path, right? Or you want to mark this side?
You worry too much, isn't it? Way too careful. You're so careful with your okay, here we go. So where's his legs now? Open that little gate there and let him out there.
We're working on the big rams. We still have glad to do. We've done most of the really big ones, but they're hard, so I'm gonna go hold his head. Seems to calm him down a little. Now he's quiet. I think we got 6 more to do and all the rams are done, except for the little babies. And Arnie's gonna do them by flipping them up on their bums to see which he prefers. It's Glad's turn. Glad doesn't like chutes, and he's definitely not gonna like a tilt table. But his hooves are really, really bad, so he definitely needs trimming. And they plant their feet, and they have to step up about 6 inches, and they don't want to do it. Okay, this is the last guy going out. But we had the 2 toughest ones for last. Gladiator, Cash did not want to go in here. Took us longer to get them in here than it took us to trim them. But they desperately needed a good trim job. So they're done now. I'm not too happy about it.
Brand new feet.
Come on.
Yeah, look at that, eh? Big improvement. Such a friendly guy, too.
All the big boys are done, except for the ones we haven't gotten out of breeding groups yet. Where are you going to trim them? Way back there?
In the chute, yeah.
No,
Right
but
side on the wall. I can't take them out. If I let one out, all of them out.
okay.
Set it up on the wall over there. Or I made it here. But I'm in the chute.
Oh, you're actually going to be inside it. I thought Arnie was going to pull them out of the chute and do them in here, but he's not going to do it that way. He's going to actually do them inside the chute. And this is the traditional way that you want to trim hoofs, on their bum.
Now you can't see this here, but see they grew, and he broke the half right off.
Yep.
But yeah, they're actually. This is when I'm going to trim all the females this way.
Yeah.
So he's done.
The females are the yearling age, though, the ones that you just did the other day.
Who's next?
Hopefully he'll get the next one out a little more
I'm just a little too
fancy,
crowded here.
little fancier.
If you can find a better husband to do a little nicer, go ahead.
Eddie, what? How you feel now? You got some nice hooves under you? If you trim their hooves when they're young, like 6 months old, you can make sure their feet grow on a good trajectory, because you're setting their feet up for good growth in the future and good walking. So it affects their pasterns, it affects their gait, it affects whether they become knock-kneed or whatever, because if they have a nice flat foot to walk on, you've got them set for adulthood. Next one's done. Hey buddy, how you doing? How do you feel? You feel like you got some new hooves? Hey Spartacus? This is a handsome ram here. This guy is a Hilton ram. This is Matador. Hey Matt, you're a handsome lad. Hi buddy, you're very handsome too. Hi. Hi buddy, how you doing? Don't be nervous just because you got a trimming.
I would say these guys probably don't have to be done to the spring.
It's easier at this age. Well, actually, there were a few in here that did need doing.
No white ones, I think.
I thought Marcus needed doing.
I haven't been a bad one yet.
Well, I didn't. It's not that they're bad, but they're starting to grow long, and their feet are forming now.
Easy to make them bleed right now. There's not much to cut off, eh?
Well, you just cut the flaps. You don't need to do it. Three down.
I'll be done these in a second. Hey, do white ones. See how bad these white ones are. This guy here's well on his feet. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Arnie says if you can't flip a sheep, you shouldn't have them.
What?
Isn't that what you just said?
I said if you can't trim, it's too close quarters here for me. So here, even his foot. This is from. This one's from
Hamish.
Hamish. Hamish has a real good flat foot on him. And you see, look how round that hoof is. On the lamb too. Look at the nice round hoof. Really good footed leg. Real good leg of the little lamb, man. Should go to classic. Sorry, buddy. Okay. Yeah.
This is little Mister's turn. Hi, little Mister. How's your hooves?
Lot worse feet.
What?
Lot worse feet. Just doesn't have the bone. Are they terrible clippers or what? Really, unbelievable, man. Just bought those clippers.
Ketchum clippers are not cutting very well. They're very dull and they're brand new. Like literally brand new.
It's not
We
like-
just took them out of the package, brand new. Oh no, they're Felco. Felco clippers, not Ketchum, spare Ketchum. Felco clippers. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Bubblehead.
Just not a good position. Too close to the wall. Like,
And
she's
you-
using the wall for as little leverage.
Do you want me to turn the lights on for you?
No, I'm almost done.
Now we're doing Marcus. These are lambs. They're only 6 months old, so they shouldn't have too much growth. But the hooves start to curl over. And like I said, this is training their hooves to grow nicely. What are you freaking out for? Nobody's even bothering you. Boy, this guy's growing really stocky. Do you want me to give you the other pair?
No. Guy doesn't have very good feet on right now.
Are you guys real proud with your feet now? Hi. Hi there. Hi, little mister. You feeling better? Hi. Hi, Matt. Hi there. How you doing? Marshall, you're a silly boy. And in the other pen, these guys are watching on.
It's quite hard to see what you're cutting here.
Okay, we're back in the house after the fun day of trimming all those sheep. And we're gonna get Arnie's opinion on the shoots. So I'm gonna ask him some questions. So, we'll do it step by step to see how we evaluate it. For getting the sheep into the tilt table, how easy was that?
Well, if I have a moment, I'll say there was only a couple of them that actually jumped in. I would say 90-some% of them had to be pushed in. Maybe just my sheep.
And how did the headlock work when they got in?
Headlock was good. The problem we had that particular day was lambs had a smaller neck, and mature rams had a bigger neck. So I had to adjust it accordingly. That was a little bit of an inconvenience, but at least I could do it.
So maybe if you did like all lambs on one day, rams
Sure.
on another, then you wouldn't have to keep adjusting the head gate. How did the tilt table tilt? Was it easy to work once they were set up?
Once the sheep is in there, it actually tilts very easily. It actually kind of works like on a hinge where the weight is even, so it doesn't matter. It just turns with no effort. Okay, yes.
So one thing I noticed is that for the bigger sheep, well, and for all the sheep, you'd never trim them upside down, which would have been the easiest position to do their hooves, right?
Didn't try it. I don't know. You want to tell you why I didn't try it?
Yes.
Okay, so the tilt table is made. Every sheep got into the tilt table. Even the 300 and so many pound rams got in there. But the problem I was having is a 300-pound ram is quite large. So I couldn't. So see my hands. This is how you squeeze the sheep. Okay. So since my sheep were so big, I couldn't get the top shut. So I was afraid if I tipped it upside down, and if the sheep started to slide out, now I couldn't swing the chute anymore, and I would have to drag the sheep out upside down. So they were
Somehow.
coming out.
Yeah, so for a change on that for the manufacturer, what should they do to make that better so that when you have them upside down, they don't fall out?
So yeah, so what could have changed is make the chute a little bit taller, that it had more of a clamp around the sheep.
Yeah,
But
so so that it curves
But I'm thinking
and meets at the top.
but I think the biggest solution is keep the sheep a little bit smaller. I
But
think-
your sheep are what you have, so
No, I think, okay, well, that's true, but I wouldn't make the sheep any bigger than what we have.
Yeah,
If
but-
anything, I would try to make it a little smaller.
but there are plenty of farms that have way bigger sheep than us. Like American sheep, for instance, are way bigger than ours, and I wonder how those chutes would work for them if
Okay,
they
so-
can't turn them up. Well, so what Arnie did was he did them at a horizontal or on a 45,
Yeah, 45.
which worked okay.
Oh, yeah.
And what else can we ask? So I guess, and then afterwards you did the sheep by hand. You did the lambs by hand. So comparing by hand or by spin table, was it worth $2,000?
Yes, it was worth $2,000. Because you know why? I'm always going to have it for the big heavy sheep that are hard to hang on to. So at least I have that to contain the heavy sheep forever. The light lambs, I will probably do them manually, because you can flip a little lamb real easily and trim it faster than pushing them into the chute. So
What if you had what if all your sheep were small, like maybe Shetlands or a smaller breed? Do you think it would be worth them getting a tilt table?
No.
No? What about for your back, though?
Well, that's what I was going to say. On the tilt table, I had no sore back, but it was quite time consuming to get them into the tilt table, lock the back door, squeeze them down.
Get them into the head gate.
Well, they go in automatically.
Some of them.
They go in automatically in the head gate. I said, push them into the chute, in the head gate,
Yeah.
shut the back door, squeeze them, tilt them, pull the bottom of the tray out, start trimming, put the when you're done trimming, put the floor back in again, tilt it again back to the original spot, open up the head gate, get the sheep out. All that takes a certain amount of time, and if you were 20 years old, pumped, in good shape, you probably should just be flipping them. I would definitely flip them.
Because for the time reasons, way faster doing it by hand, right?
Yeah. The machine is a little bit slow. If you're an older person or don't have the facility strength to wrestle a sheep down, you probably should have a tilt table. It would solve that problem. If you're a pretty muscular, cocky person that can wrestle sheep,
In your 30s or 40s or 20s.
So I want to say one more thing before we're done. I think the wire mesh on the bottom of the tilt table is not friendly. So in my shop, I have a conveyor belt, a rubber belt, and I'm thinking about laying the rubber mat on the bottom of the tilt table that it looks like a floor, because how do you keep sheep how do you keep cattle in a pasture without a gate? You use what's it called? The grid, the cattle grid. It's all pipes that far apart with a space with air underneath it.
Oh, on the pathway, you mean?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
I've seen those.
So cows won't go over that. Why won't they go over that? It's
'Cause
scary
of-
looking.
Yeah, in the
So-
space, yeah.
So you see the tilt table we bought has a wire mesh at the bottom. I'm going to think a sheep is looking at this saying, that looks scary. I think if you lay a rubber mat on that, they'll walk in way easier. So the next time I try it, I'm probably going to lay a mat in it.
So there's another Arnie innovation that we're going to try out.
And what I would do is I would just lay the mat down and use some pop rivets, some pop rivets, and just fasten it to the bottom. So when you tilted it, the mat wouldn't come loose; it would be fastened on there. Because I don't think, to my knowledge, no animals like to walk on a grid
Where there's
where they can't see
openings.
the footing. Yes, I don't think it's friendly.
Okay,
So I'm
so
going to change that.
overall, your biggest complaint was probably not the tilt table, but your shears.
Yeah. The clippers. I don't know why they make 20 different type of clippers. Maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe some clippers just aren't good clippers, and maybe some are better clippers.
But Felco are supposed to be good clippers.
So I wonder if we should invest in a little bit of in my shop where I can just sharpen them myself, or find someone in town. But I'm thinking you probably should go online and see if you can find a little machine, with electrical motor on it, that you can sharpen your own blades, and then I can just sharpen them myself instead of running to town and having someone do it for me. The problem with town is you'd have to drop them off, come back a few days later and pick them back up again.
Yeah.
Or do you just keep buying new blades? I wasn't
But
happy
those
with
were
blades.
brand new blades, and they still weren't working.
No, they're not razor sharp. Let me put it that way. Do you know?
So this was supposed to be an ending to a video, not an entire video on its own. So, what, Arnie?
Can I say one more thing?
Yes,
I gotta say one thing.
yes.
Do you know what I love about tilt table?
What?
The best part about the whole tilt table was the excitement to look at it, purchase it, and bring it home, and say, I can't wait to use it. And now I've used it, I don't care about it.
It's called buyer's remorse, and that's why people go into debt.
I still keep the tilt table. It's still a fantastic tool, and I think you have to put effort in it and make it work.
I think it'll work a lot better when I don't have to go in too. Overall, you would recommend it,
Yeah.
depending. Well, you heard all his reasons. So it depends on your physical ability, the size of your sheep, how many sheep you have, the time you have, and how patient you are, and the money. Can you afford it? All these things. You have to weigh all those things up yourself.
I know a lot of real big, large farmers that don't trim sheep at all. Never trim a foot sheep unless it's lame.
That's right.
So we trim everything. So in our position, in our job, with us with 300 or 400 ewes, it's a good tool. Yes.
Okay, and on that note, say goodbye.
Have a great night and see you later.